Hey everyone, this is Leslie Fisher. I hope your day is going well so far. So last week, and at the time of this recording, that would be the last week of August 2018, Microsoft invited me up for a couple days. And as a 10-year Apple veteran, I have to say it was kind of interesting heading into Microsoft. But it was a really educational couple days. I learned a lot. They asked a lot of questions. I think it was productive for each of us. So what I thought I'd do is I'd put together a series of videos, some of my favorite things that I saw that maybe you don't know about. And I'm going to be posting them throughout the week. So here's my first one. And this one I think is probably the most impactful even for me personally. And it's called Immersive Reader. And if you haven't heard of Immersive Reader, I kind of beg of you to watch this because this could really make a change for friends, students, etc., yourself, if you have struggling with reading, which I do. I read quite slow. Never read a book. Never even read a chapter because I just find the process of it so overwhelming. So when I saw Immersive Reader, I thought, holy moly. And there's a lot of places that Immersive Reader kind of permeates itself into Microsoft. And I'll be talking about them throughout the week. So let's start with the demo that I've been doing now for a couple weeks. And so here we go. So I'm on my website. And I'm going to go into the About menu. And I'm going to say About Leslie Fisher. And this will take me to my About page. Now let's say this was a page that I wanted to have some help reading. What I can do is I can head up here to the OneNote plugin. Now, you're going to find the most powerful features of Immersive Reader are in OneNote. And you're also going to find that OneNote basically is available on everything. If it's not available as a standalone app, you can use it as a web version. So you can have everything from obviously Windows, Macs, Chromebooks, iOS, Android, all of those devices can have Immersive Reader features in one way or the other. And I think that's important to mention. So for example, I'm doing this from my Mac. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to say that I just want the article. So what it's going to do is it's just going to give me the text. I can then choose a notebook and then I'm going to say clip. And so while it's clipping, well, I guess that was quick. So what it did is it clipped it. And where it clipped it into is something called OneNote. Now, if you haven't heard about OneNote, you're either, oh, OneNote, haven't heard of it. Or for some educators, they're jumping up and down right now because they will tell you that OneNote with something called Class Notebook has really helped them in their classrooms. And that's going to be another thing that I'm going to be sharing in my series of videos is a little bit about OneNote and Class Notebook. But once again, OneNote is something that works on a variety of devices, all of them actually. And it's a really nice note-taking organization tool. And I've been an Evernote user for a very long time, and I'm seriously debating jumping ship and heading to OneNote because of the feature set that it can give me. So I've been taking all my Microsoft items in this to kind of kick its tires, and I've been pretty impressed. But it's OneNote that gives us the ability to use Immersive Reader most effectively. So what I'm going to do is, you'll notice right here, I have this clipped. And here is that clipping that I just made. And now, to toggle on, in this case, in OneNote, Immersive Reader, I'm going to come here and click on View. And when I click on View, I'm going to click on Immersive Reader. And what this is going to do is this is going to boot something else. And I'm going to resize it just for the screen recording. And it's going to boot, this is Immersive Reader. Now, to get to Immersive Reader, you would download Microsoft Learning Tools. And if you just Google Microsoft Learning Tools, you'll find them. And once you download them, they'll kind of embed themselves into OneNote. So now I'm in Immersive Reader, and here is this page in Immersive Reader. And I have a couple choices. So the choice here in the upper right corner is I can come in here and say I'd like to go into text preferences. This lets me change the size of the text. The next thing I could do is I can say increase spacing, so that way I have a little bit of space between. And I can change the font. Now, these are fonts that have been identified, and you might chuckle at Comic Sans, that they've been identified as fonts that are easier for someone with dyslexia or trouble reading to read. So that's why these choices are here. And you could also come in here and you could change the theme colors, and you could even come in here and say more colors and change it that way. I'll now come up here And now I'm going to come here into my grammar options, and this is where usually people, I love when I demo in here, this is where people usually make that noise. Here we go. Turn on syllables, turn on nouns, turn on verbs, adjectives, adverbs. And I can even say show labels. Now, for me right now, this is a little bit too heavy content. For someone who struggles with reading, this is a little bit too heavy content for me, but I want to leave these on so you could see how this works. And obviously you could just click one of those and have only one of those on. So here I have all my parts of speech have been identified. The next thing I'm going to do is click on reading preferences. And when I click on reading preferences, I can say line focus. So what this is going to do is this is going to say, do you want me to only focus on a single line? Do you want me to focus on 3 lines or 5? So nice feature that for me, who I constantly I'm reading past the content, this is a really nice feature. And then the other feature here is, this is so nice, picture dictionary. And when you turn picture dictionary on, it is exactly what it says. It's a picture dictionary that when I find a word that I might not know what it is, I can click on them and it will show me a graphic of that word. The other thing it'll do is it'll play.
Fire.
It'll play that word for me. So it's a pretty cool thing. So now you could see that I could just simply read through here and get my content. I can come down here. And when I come down here, I can go into voice settings and I can change the speed of the voice. I can choose if I want the voice to be female or male. And now I'm going to click play and it will read to me.
And saw the web as a vehicle for that. When I was let go, I sent an email out.
Now you guys might be surprised at this. That's actually still a little bit too fast for me. So I'm going to come in here and change the voice speed. And I'll click on play.
Out to my customer base, simply saying goodbye and giving them my personal information in case they wanted to do lunch.
So that is Immersive Reader. And this is one of those things that when I talk to educators, that knew of Immersive Reader, almost all of them had a story of a student that, their lives were changed because they were using Immersive Reader. And as I mentioned before, this thing is available on all platforms in one way, shape, or form. And I'm sure that I will be more than happy, as well as the gang of Microsoft EDU, to help you find those locations. But it's basically, if you have OneNote or Word running, you're going to have Immersive Reader in there. And on the Mac, for example, it's like OneNote app, Microsoft Online. There's a couple places it changes around, but it's out there, and you can get to it. The other thing is that they showed at ISTE this year. They showed Immersive Reader running in a virtual reality headset. So I'm really looking forward to checking out where Immersive Reader goes. And I really like this. I've been using this quite a bit. Anytime that I have a lot to read, I place it in Immersive Reader. And it's as easy as just going directly into OneNote and pasting it in. You didn't need to do a clip. That was just a demo. You could just paste something in. Or even type it and have it read it. So once again, I am Leslie Fisher from lesliefisher.com. That's Immersive Reader. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks for spending 8 minutes of it with me. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.